Over the years, several wrestlers survived life-threatening incidences and changed the course of the industry. I'm Emily May, and here are 5 wrestlers who survived real-life tragedies. Number 5, Brian Pillman survived a car accident. Brian Pillman's tragic story is well documented. In 1997, Pillman passed away due to a heart attack. But before his death, he also was involved in a car accident on April 15, 1996, causing several ankle injuries, a dislocated jaw, facial cuts, and bruises. This eventually limited his wrestling abilities towards the latter part of his career. However, it didn't stop him from signing a WWE contract in June 1996. While he was recovering from his ankle injury, he's worked as a commentator for the company. However, Pillman's ankle wasn't healing properly and required another operation, so WWE decided to book a storyline on the October 27, 1996 episode of Raw, where Stone Cold Steve Austin allegedly broke his ankle. This altercation with Austin led to a storyline where the Texas Rattlesnake broke into the Pillman's house on November 4th, 1996, where Brian pulled a gun on him on air. Number 4, Roman Reigns beat leukemia. On the October 22, 2018 episode of Raw, Roman Reigns told the entire world that he was suffering from leukemia. He relinquished his WWE Universal Championship and promised that he would come back stronger than ever. At the time, fans were not happy with Roman's booking and he was booed out of the arena most of the time. But this announcement changed everything and fans in tears started chanting, "Thank you, Roman." He left his title in the ring and walked out as his Shield brothers Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose embraced him on the stage. A few months later, on the February 25th, 2019 episode of Raw, the Big Dog announced that
I'm in remission, y'all.
To a thunderous pop. And finally, at Payback 2020, the Tribal Chief captured the Universal Championship once again, a title he still holds. Can you believe it? Number 3, Shane McMahon survives helicopter crash. Shane McMahon has often put himself in high-risk situations for our entertainment, but did you know that he was involved in a helicopter crash on July 19, 2017, off the coast of Long Island, New York? According to reports, the helicopter suffered engine failure and plunged into the Atlantic Ocean, but the emergency services immediately dealt with the scary situation. Thankfully, Shane O'Mac wasn't injured and survived the tragedy. While talking to CNBC, Shane said, "You hear a bang, and then you start to say, 'We're going to do an emergency landing in the water.'" This was used in a storyline between Shane and Kevin Owens, as well as the prize fighter told Shane O'Mac, "Your entire family would have been better off if you hadn't survived that crash." Damn, that was cold. Number 2, Jerry Lawler survived a cardiac arrest. Jerry the King Lawler's name is synonymous with commentary in WWE, and while doing his job at the commentary table, he suffered a cardiac arrest on the September 10th, 2012 episode of Monday Night Raw. The Hall of Famer was quickly given medical attention backstage, where some reports suggest that he was clinically dead for 20 minutes before being revived. The King finally returned on the November 12th, 2012 episode of Raw. It should be noted that just 10 minutes before the scary incident, Lawler was involved in a tag team match with Randy Orton against CM Punk and Ziggler. While they won the match, Ziggler repeatedly delivered elbows to his chest. During an interview with Renee Young in 2017, Lawler said, "Those 10 elbows he gave me, I think that was the cause." Wrestling can get all too real sometimes. Number 1, Ric Flair survived a plane crash. On October 4th, 1975, Flair boarded a plane in Charlotte, North Carolina with fellow wrestlers Johnny Valentine, Bob Bruggers, Tim Woods, and David Crockett, bound for the nearby city of Wilmington. Midway through the flight, the pilot realized that the plane was running out of gas, and instead of stopping to refuel, he continued toward the destination. As the fuel tank ran dry, the plane crashed down and tore through treetops and a telephone pole. All 6 men suffered significant injuries from the plane crash, and the pilot passed away 2 months later. Ric Flair suffered 3 compression fractures, and doctors told him he would never wrestle again. But as we know, that wasn't the case, as Flair went on to become one of the biggest stars in the wrestling industry.